Like now?
Yeah, right now this is it.
Right, okay.
We're on YouTube for people watching, so say hello to those people out there.
Low key start.
What, should we start again?
No, I like it.
No, right.
But it feels very low key.
It's episode 30-something
That's
of the
better.
Long Ball Street podcast.
That's the Flav we know and love.
I'm Flav.
Woo!
I'm hungover.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went to a Slaves gig last night.
Do you know, I saw something saying, some social media of you saying something. It looked like it was going on.
I looked like a man who should have been there 18 or 19 years ago. No, hang on, that's too young. But I basically was the oldest man in the room.
Right.
But I was representing for the 35-year-olds, mid 35-year-olds. How old are you? Hi, Smiv.
Hey man.
How are you doing?
Right. I'm 31, by the way. So
It's a good age. Have you found that, like, the 30s? Because I found 30s to be a good age for me so far.
I feel like things have started to happen at the age of 30 onwards. It's a strange scenario because you work so hard to, get there,
Yeah.
and then you think, oh, I'm nearly 30 and I'm not there.
Right. Okay.
And then you get there.
Yeah.
Where's there?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
are you there yet?
I feel like I'm there.
No, you're definitely not there. If you're out if you're
you
out
don't
till 3
know-
in the morning and various
No,
countries
no,
are
listen,
opening for the
you're not
35
there.
years, you're not
No,
there.
Flav's
You're
not there.
No, you're not there.
Can people let us know in the comments below, is Flav there?
I'm
Flav
there.
there yet?
I'm not sure he's
I
there.
don't think he's there.
Matt, are you there?
I've been there 3 times.
Been there.
Been there 3 times. Didn't like it.
How was your 30s?
All right, mate. I see what you've done there.
I just want to know.
Well, I don't know yet because I'm still in my 20s.
No, you're not.
Okay, no.
Tell me, did you find the 30 decade a good one?
Well, yeah, it is. It's amazing
Yeah.
because you get to that level in life where you've achieved, you've lived a certain amount of life, that life experience. So then when you start to get to a bit where you're talking to you meet girls and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right?
You're no longer afraid of women.
And you're not afraid of women,
No.
and actually, so it completely goes the other way to the stage where
Well, they're afraid of you.
they're terrified. But they're terrified of you, and I like that fear. I like that. No, seriously, yeah, you do. And probably my 30, I would say, because at 30 you think, right, I'm kind of at my peak. And then I remember at 35 thinking, I thought that was my peak. This is actually my peak.
Yeah.
And now I don't think I ever had a peak.
I just found that my 20s was a very confusing time.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of comfortable with all of that.
But a lot of people, I think, struggle to know where they fit into the world. And I think that's prevalent in your late teens and certainly your 20s. And I think there's definitely something when you get over that 30 thing, you start to kind of know who you are, which is, don't want to get too serious, but it's a real thing for a lot of the people that are listening and watching.
I finally feel comfortable
real.
walking into strip joints without, not embarrassed anymore.
Why have you got to keep talking about strippers?
Because I think
That was last week. It was a one-off. I said 1 week you can do.
that's my reference point in my head. I don't have a problem with that anymore.
And is this inspired by
Yeah,
that?
you've been showing Smiv pictures of
My
strippers.
the logo of the last Ball Street pod. I'm really proud of it.
Can you show that? Would that show up on the picture on the screen? It was
I'm
a
sure you
good
can throw
image.
Who's
Yeah,
our
you
editor?
can
you
throw that
We
up.
can, but just in case he can't be bothered because he's a bit lazy, I'll shoot
It's
it.
very lazy.
I sorted you out there, Craig, innit? There you go. That is nice. But Smith couldn't see the woman in it.
Not at first. I was concentrating on what this said, but there's some things legs.
You prefer women with a bit more detail, generally.
It's just a silhouette.
Yeah. Smith,
It's not even. Yeah.
you launched.
Silhouette porn, is that a
It's
new genre?
It's a new niche.
A new branch.
That's what I'm into. You launched Palmers FC, and for those that don't know, because I can't imagine anyone doesn't know who watches YouTube regularly, Palmers FC is a Sunday league team.
It is just a normal, everyday Sunday. Well, not every day, just Sunday. Sunday league, yeah. Sunday league football team with normal lads, and that's it. That's all it is. And
So, but imagine someone doesn't know. What is it?
But they're a little bit more famous, aren't they, than your average Sunday league team? You guys
Yeah.
have, and how did you get?
you know what it is? Everyone says to me, we love this club, we love them so much, but every single Sunday league team is exactly the same. All I've done is stuck a camera in front of them.
Just documented it.
That is all it
Yeah.
is. Every single player, every single team has those characters in that team, and that's why I kind of encourage other teams to do it because it's so much fun. And
So it's a Sunday league team, and one day you woke up and thought, there's some characters in this team that are really interesting to film and talk to. And
and that was it.
that was
See you later. No.
Well,
So basically, what happened was we all played together when we was younger. Really good team, won everything there was to win, and then we grew up. So we went through those stages of going out, getting girlfriends, and getting jobs, and then life sort of gets in the way, doesn't it? So the team broke up at sort of the age of 17, and then we move on, and then we had this reunion every so often. Every year we do like a betting day, which falls on the Grand National. It's called the Wookafagan. I actually document it on my YouTube. The Wookafagan. So for anyone that doesn't know, it's the World Championships of Football Accumulator and Grand National. And one year, once a year on the Grand National, we all meet up. We sort of have a good bet and have a laugh. And 4 years.
Do you actually go, or you watch it on the TV?
No, we watch it on the TV. Right. We watch it on the TV.
Has the Wookafagan ever gone there live?
No.
That would be good.
No, that would be good.
But would you put all your money in the pot?
So we all put a tenner in, and then we all do £10 worth of bets. Okay. So us three would do £10 worth of bets. No more, no less.
Yeah.
And it's all got to be on the 3 p.m. kickoffs. So we're all focused on that moment. Half time, Grand National comes on, and that will decide who is going to win overall if no one wins. So we'll pick a number at random. So whatever horse we get, whoever finishes highest will take the pot if no one wins their bets. Normally someone wins a bet. So whether it's £20 or £30, you win the pot. Tactics, if you can just win like a double, like a couple of quid, that gets you on the board for people that are trying to win money. There's tactics involved. It doesn't sound fun, people, but trust me, it is. Anyway, this reunion, this reunion was between those players.
Pretty confused.
Watch the video. Watch the video. It explains it all. We've done two years of it. So the Wookafagun. Anyway, so 1 year at the Wookafagun, I decided, I miss playing football. I miss hanging out with you guys more often. So let's start a team. So decided to start a team, and I tried to get in touch with the team that we all played for when we were younger, which was called LTD, Little Thurrock Dynamos. It was called. We went back to them and said, "We've got this idea. We were like the most successful LTD of all the age groups."
Was your idea at that point to film it, or was you just saying we just want to get back?
We just want to get back to playing. Right. That's all it was. At the time, I was a video producer.
Right.
Just making videos, events, whatnot, weddings, all sorts of crap like that. But tried to get in touch with the old club, and they were like, if you sort of wear our kit and play at our ground, we can do it. Unfortunately, I'd already been too organised, bought the kit, found a ground, and they were like, well, no, you've got to be in line with our club. And I was like, well, we'll still call ourselves LTD, and it's going to be good, we'll be fun, and we were the most successful team, all those trophies in that cabinet there,
that
all
was us.
Don't remember us,
No way.
No, they don't remember. They don't know us. Nothing. So it's almost like, oh god.
Like the old retired sports star that kind of wasn't recognised by the club anymore. A bit like Bobby Moore at West Ham. Am I allowed to say that? I'm going to say it.
You say what you want.
Just
did.
I will say it. That's how When Bobby Moore was alive, West Ham treated him terribly. I'm going to say that.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
I don't know too much about him.
There's a story of him sitting at the back of one of the stands at Upton Park, and he never used to pay. He used to just come in and sit at the back, and one of the stewards came up to him and said, "You got a ticket?" And he was like, "I'm fucking Bobby Moore. What are you talking about?" Didn't say that, but that's how you imagine he said it.
That's what you'd have said.
And they kicked him out, and he never went back again. Anyway,
true story.
Right?
True story.
Wow.
That's on the internet.
You sure?
Yeah. Well, look, if it doesn't, that's what I've heard, not Long Ball Street, but my word is my bond.
All right. So you went back to. Sorry for that, by the way.
No.
Flav just did his own little world.
But, thank.
So we went back to the club. They basically.
I'm just going to turn up at the bank. All right, mate. What's your account number? Whoa, no. Do you know what happened to fucking Bobby Moore?
Listen.
Sorry, sir.
Oh, mate, where were we?
LTD.
LTD. Went back to the club. They said, no, you can't use our name, you can't do that. So we were stuck with this orange kit, which is a tribute to the team that we used to play for, because they played in orange. Yeah. And we were stuck at Palmers College, because that was the ground that we managed to get. A lot of the boys went to Palmers College as well, so we had that sort of bond as well.
Yeah.
But we were like, we can't be LTD, we can't be called LTD. So we're like, or maybe we'll just be Little Thurrock, or maybe we'll be Little Thurrock men's team,
or old boys, or
all this stuff. But there's a lot of Thurrock teams. A lot of teams have got Thurrock in the name, so we got denied all of those sort of things.
Okay.
So there's a process of approaching to get.
Yeah, you have to go to the FA because you can't. It's not like a five-a-side league where it's like Betty Swallocks or into your nan and all that.
Lesbian.
You can't do that. You've got to have. You can't do that. So you've got to have a person.
There's definitely Flav's team.
There's loads of them out there.
Into your nan.
I'm trying to think of some more. Anyone in the comments below, if you want to leave your best five-a-side team,
great shout.
Because there's so many.
We'll read them out next week.
Yeah, that'd be great. But yeah, so we had to think of a name. Couldn't have anything with Thurrock in it because it was too common. Didn't get mixed up with anyone else.
Couldn't have. Is that another team? Yeah. Or
couldn't have. No, couldn't have them. Couldn't have SC.
Couldn't have.
But then we were going to be Grays Town, but Grays isn't the nicest of areas. It's a bit.
Yeah.
But that's where we live.
Grey is a colours generally.
Grays.
Boring, isn't it?
Yeah. But Grays Athletic, ironically playing blue. Not grey.
Is it grey blue?
It's like a sky blue, but then they've got a dark blue kit. So they're dark blue, and then the away kit is light blue.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Let's move on from that. Yeah, it's a bit grey, a bit dull, that story. And then my dad popped his head around the corner one day. He went, "Why don't you just be called Palmers? You play at Palmers?" And I was like, "I do."
Yeah.
So then, and then they went, "Yeah, you can be Palmers." So Palmers FC was born. We did one season. We were in Division 4. Basically, it's Premier, Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, and Division 4. You've got to start at the bottom. That's where everyone starts. And
like Drake.
Start from the bottom. Now we're here. And then, we came third that year. So, and it's weird Sunday League because you can come 6th and get promoted because there's so many teams that drop out and merge and all sorts of stuff. So we come third. I think the top 5 went up to Division 3. We've basically carried the same 6 teams up with us for the past 4 years. But the first season, like I say, we didn't film, but there was so much stuff that went on, and I just thought, I've got a spare camera here.
Yeah. Like what? What went on?
Mate, there was just like kind of what you see now: horror tackles,
right?
And like some amazing goals, like.
You do get some fucking
absolute
awesome
crackers,
goals,
yeah.
don't you?
And you just think lads that never made it can just pull it out of the bag for just 1 second, and sometimes not even a professional could do that. It's just that moment, just that glimpse of something, and then it just flies top corner.
Yeah.
You know,
and then it's gone.
And then it's gone. And it's just, and like I say, it's just something you tell your mates down the pub. And you got mates from other football teams, and
and everyone's got these little,
it went top corner, and it's like, mate, yeah. And that's all it is. Yeah. But now I thought, let's film it, and let's get away from that. Yeah.
You got, but you've got. There's
now
evidence.
I've got something.
Yeah.
Matt, look at this.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I thought, oh. And I did a little bit of research as well. I was like, right, Sunday League football, let's have a look. There was one team at the time doing, every so often they were called Reality FC. And their premise was like, we are the YouTube channel and you are the fans and you decide our team. It didn't really go like that.
Yeah.
But
there was a similar process at Ebbsfleet as well. For a little while, they did this kind of community management kind of thing.
Yeah.
London, there's a team called London United at the moment doing the same thing right now. But I just
and then there was there'd been things like Fash FC, hadn't they?
Yeah.
And I remember watching. I loved that.
I loved that. I think
it was interesting.
Fash was a mad bastard, clearly.
Yeah.
But the few of the guys on there looked good, and you completely got into the characters. Exactly. You were like, why is he not playing? You kind of got really into the narrative, didn't you?
Yeah. So
that's what you've done.
Kind of, yeah. I wanted to just film the game as it was, and I decided I wasn't even going to commentate over it. I was just going to put clips together just to show the lads, this is what you look like when you play football. Because you don't know what you look like when you play football, do you? Until you come, is that how I run? That's strange.
Yeah.
Oh, let me find that tackle. It didn't look as good as I thought it was.
I got the ball. And they're like, no, you didn't.
So I put this into my computer, and because I already did video anyway, I thought, I don't want to just put it out as a thing. Let's make something of it.
What year is this, by the way?
This would have been, what are we talking? My maths is terrible. This would have been 3 years ago, so
right,
2013.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it is 2000. Yeah, that's maths right there.
Yeah, good maths.
So
16 minus 3.
Yeah.
In the back.
So we've got a video. First video goes up, and we score from a corner, direct. First goal of the season, direct from a corner. Like he swings it in, top corner.
Lovely.
And I thought, right, we've got something here.
Yeah.
And then it was called Sunday League Football: How to Score from a Corner.
There you go.
And then we had a few views come in, and then it just built, and it started to become. It was me just saying, he's Wazza running down the way. But as I went on, I thought, right, I need to get into this a little bit more, and I started, not only just saying what I saw. I would take each clip at a time and really put my all into it.
Right.
So each clip that you see, I don't actually just. It's going to kill the magic at the moment, but people assume that the edit's there, and I just go no. I don't. Because I'm not on happy pills and I can't carry on for that long. So I just basically take each clip at a time and just say, right, this is what's happening.
Right.
And it's not exactly like the most exciting thing, but it's a little bit witty, some of the stuff that I say.
It works. Well, but it's like it's engaging throughout. You know? And look, and we all like watching football. Exactly, at any level, you know when you're walking through a park, right, and you see some kids knocking it about.
You can't help but stop.
You can't help but stop,
nah.
even at that level.
Yeah.
And you think, I'd love to get on that pitch.
I drive many places, right, and I'll see. You probably feel the same. But do you ever see a football pitch, an empty one sometimes, in a field, 2 goals, and you think,
that looks alright.
Yeah. You just get excited.
Completely,
It's weird.
I like it whenever if I'm walking the dog or like walking with my missus, and there's a game going on. I always secretly want the ball to get sort of like go over the bar or just come over just so I can kick it back.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
It's like that Ginster's advert, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
but it's got a bit of like a lock stock and two smoking barrels meets football kind of feel to it from the stuff I've seen. It's kind of that it feels East End. It feels it's kind of raw, isn't it? And it's kind of it feels very real, which I think is the art to what you've done.
Yeah, and I think that's the most important bit, is keeping it as raw and real as possible. There are some things I just have to take out because it just won't be right for YouTube, and there are kids watching.
Like what?
Like some, I can't do nothing about the crowd. So if someone says, it goes in.
Yeah.
But I won't outright be a commentator and swear and do all of this stuff. So it's just I'm just getting the, when you hear the actual outside bits, it's just if it goes, it goes in.
What's the worst thing you've seen while recording?
What's the worst thing I've seen?
People want to know. Worst challenge.
We played a particular team a couple of seasons ago, and they just were outright
brutes,
absolute brutes. And there was a particular challenge that we caught on camera. Didn't put it in because we didn't want to have any hassle with it. To be honest, we didn't want anyone to come back and say, right, take that out, or whatever. But it basically one of the guys went in for a challenge. They went down. The ball's gone, but they're still down, just getting back up, and he just goes crack with his elbow straight into the side of one of our players' temples. And
what is it with these people that do that?
Yeah, it's just it wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. That's probably the worst.
Why do people actually do that? I just don't get that.
Well, because these people.
I can understand in a tackle. I can understand in that thing, but some of those real calculated bits that people
do.
These
the afters, the little bits that.
Yeah.
There's horrible people out there. It's why do people lamp people in pubs, or why sometimes you get punch someone for absolutely no reason. Yeah. Just because you're on a football pitch doesn't make you less of a scumbag.
It's obviously just that people have got something that's so wrong in their life.
John Terry.
That they're so... but it's just cruel, and it's not.
I mean, something like that is outright. I mean, I guess when I was younger, my dad used to manage us, and he always said, "Let them know that you're there." And there's all these little tactics that you can do to just. It's all about that first challenge. So if me and you are on a pitch, you're a striker, I'm a defender. My job would be to let you know that I'm not going to let you pass me today, and even if you do get past me, you're going to be frightened. So a simple one was to accidentally, on purpose, tread on their feet. Like you walk past and you tread with your studs on their toe.
I hate that.
It's not a foul, it's just a little bit of a sorry mate, but it kind of plays with it, and it's those little tactics, and those things happen on the pitch all the time. But to outright elbow someone, no, it's just not.
No.
Vinnie Jones used to do it.
Yeah.
Grabbing.
And there's that one under. Oh yeah, there's the famous Gowser picture, isn't there, where he's got his.
I always get a little bit nervous when you want to demonstrate something on me. What's going to happen?
Well, and the nip under there. That's what they'd always do, wouldn't they? They'd come up and they'd be like, "Oh, fucking, what's ref? We're mates," and then like, you know what I mean?
We're not on a football pitch now.
But so did you? Because the cameras are there, and obviously everyone that you're playing must be aware of now who they're playing.
They are now, yeah.
And what it's become. Does that then make people more inclined to play up to that? Are people actually more sound and they're like, all right, lads, do you have more respect? Or how does that work?
It's a funny one. I think the first year that we did it, we were like, geeks. Like, proper geeks. What are they getting a camera out
These
for?
fucking film it, these guys. What a set of...
Oh my God, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
Like, look at their goals.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was. That's what it was. And
that's what I'd have said.
And
what are they going to do? Look at their goals.
Yeah. Well, that's what it was. And
did you get that, did you?
Yeah.
To be fair, you did start this by saying we just recorded it so we could watch our goals back.
It was.
Yeah.
But when they say it, it's like, oh, they know. They know. They see right through us. Yeah. But no, I used to hate getting the tripod out. Like, there's guys, like, these are all manual labourers. They're not, like, the smartest of guys out there. They're, a lot of them are quite big. They're strong. They do boxing part-time as well. Yeah. They're not people you really want to mess with. So when I'm getting a bloody tripod out and a little camera putting the lens on, I feel really inadequate.
Of course.
Really inadequate. I'm
it's
like,
just inappropriate for that setting.
It doesn't fit. Yeah. But 1 year's gone by, and then within that year we started to mount some views. And there was a particular game that really set us off where, similar to what I just said with the elbow thing, one of the guys just completely, he was actually a Muay Thai kickboxer.
Right.
For your lot?
Not for us, no, our opponent. And he decided to bust that out.
What? During the match?
During a match, yeah. It was...
kind of goes against the whole principles of martial arts and the discipline that comes with it. But I'll just start doing...
And that was really set us off. It was... I can't remember the
Did you put that in?
Yeah, that went in. I said to him, oh, wait, do you want that in there or not? And he went, yeah, put it in there, mate. Put it in there. I was like, good. Thanks.
And what... So did he kick someone or did he... Like, was it...
Kicked... So two players went in for a challenge. The guy that kicked our guy, our guy got back up and went, oh, what are you doing? Pushed him, and then kick.
And so he pushed the guy.
I think if you put
What should I type in?
Just put Sunday. Put Sunday League football.
Sunday League
football. Put kick. See what comes up. I'm pretty sure. No, we don't know. Who's kick-starting in Sunday League football? Do that. There you go.
Oh my God.
Sunday League football. Yeah, Thug Life. So do you remember the Thug Life with the glasses coming down?
So do you mind if we put this on the pod so then people can see it?
I'll send you clips.
Yeah, well,
Craig,
do your job,
Craig.
Craig.
You're going to have to work late tonight.
Do you, Craig?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Right. So our player pushes in there.
Yeah.
Pushes him back. Referee kind of intervenes, and this is right in front of the ref. And he tries to kick our player there as well.
What's he doing?
And then he gets sent off.
Jesus Christ. Brilliant.
No, it's silly.
Look, it's just Sunday. Sometimes you get these tempers, isn't it?
Tempers flare, yeah.
Tempers flare. Where are we anyway?
Well, yeah, we were just talking about do people act up for the cameras and sort of does it put a little bit of a target on your backs?
Well, like I say, the first season people would take the piss out of us. Second season we were still getting a little bit of that, but there were some teams that sort of welcomed it and they're like, we're on camera today, let's do it here, and I'm going to play my best. And And genuinely teams get up for it. Right. It's very rare that we'll get, because Sunday League is known for a lot of the players go out the night before and they've only got 8 players. We're in for a win today, boys. Yeah. But we don't get that anymore because teams turn up and they know they're going to be on camera. They know they're going to be seen by hundreds of thousands of people, so they don't want to look like idiots. Yeah. So they turn up and they play their best, and so the videos are our worst enemy really, because we get a game every single week.
That'll be the one. I mean, on the calendar, that's the one that you're going to watch the date. You want to be there that day. I bet there's people that have kind of arrange their holidays around not missing that particular game, you know. Of course they will. So does that, bringing it back to football, because it started off as a genuine football thing rather than a filming thing. Has that made you guys a better team in a way, or do you not even care? Like, because you look like you're good, you know.
I think the players, when they get on there, they forget that the cameras are there because they're so used to it now. But I think other teams are aware of it. So in the first season, we were sort of celebrating and playing up for the camera a lot of the time, whereas you don't see that as much now. Whereas other teams, because it's new to them still, they're like, oh, did you get that? Yeah. And they'll celebrate in front of the camera because they know it's there. So it's, and I think over time it might...
Does that bug you at all? Like...
No, it doesn't, because it's just
It's good for the.
It's good, yeah.
Normally
I don't put it in.
So how many subs have you got on the channel now then?
I think we're approaching 170,000.
Excellent.
So.
I mean, just it is amazing. I mean, it's two things, isn't it? One, football is the thing that binds everybody in this respect, but you just come up with a neat little idea that you've kind of seen through and been. And you've worked hard on. Over how many years now? 3 years.
This will be the third. This is the third season, yeah. And in that time, we've been promoted every season. And last season was the best by far because we won the league and we won the double. Like we won the cup as well, so it's a double winning.
The cup that all the divisions can play for.
Pretty much, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're in the top now.
We're in Division 1 this season, so we got promoted from 2 to 1, and 1 is this season. So this season we're hoping to go up to the Premier, but it's such a tough league, and we're getting so much criticism this year because we're not winning as much as we should be, but. That's our own fault for being good the previous years. Everyone assumes, it's Palmers FC. We've been put on this pedestal as this amazing team. They're good footballers. And we play together. But teams can beat us. We're not invincible.
In our heads there, we're just going, we can beat you now.
Yeah.
Like, so teams can beat us, and we've just both started to dream about that, haven't we?
No,
well,
you haven't. You don't think we could?
No,
right now.
We're not playing you.
We can play you. We can beat anyone.
Well, this is what you got to remember. We are not professionals. Okay?
Yeah.
We're not professionals. We didn't make it as professionals, so therefore it's a level playing field. As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. We should definitely play you. I think we should definitely, as long as you don't tread on my feet. If you can just arrange for that.
No, I don't play anymore, so I don't.
Do you not?
I don't know. No, not anymore. No, I've got some dodgy ankles on me, so they tend to go after 10-15 minutes.
Right. Okay.
And when they're gone, crutches, and it's just a crap week.
Yeah, that's
so I've when you get there, when you get there, like 30, 31.
Perhaps you should love the game a bit more.
Yeah.
6 days on crutches. Sometimes the price you have to pay.
Yeah.
What? Smiv, you're not unfamiliar with the world of YouTube, though, are you? Before then, you was like a kind of top level stand up comedian on.
Oh yeah, Flav was telling me that
So I've walked in the office today. So it was a stand-up comedian. No. What have you done? What have you told them?
He made out. Yeah.
It was based on that phone call, and that's what I got from our phone call.
There's a bit of communication error. So
what happened?
people. So back in 2006, 2007, YouTube launches.
Very different thing to what it is now.
Very, very, very different thing. It's still a video sharing platform, but what it was back then was just a place where you put any old video. There was no businesses. There was no YouTube wasn't a thing for Wall Street to come on and make football videos. It was just like, it was more for the individual to share their holiday video or their cat and that cat thing has kind of stayed with YouTube, to be fair. But when you created a channel on YouTube, in fact, I made a video. Cut the story short, I made a video. It was my first ever Mac, and I wanted to film something, so I basically got on Frank Sinatra and mined to it, put a suit on, made it grey, black and white, grainy.
Obviously, I mean that's.
I'm a video editor. I can make video.
I can do black and grey.
Where's that Frank Sinatra costume? Yeah,
just a suit. It was just a suit. But yeah, sent it to my mum, but I couldn't send it to my mum because the file was too big. So I typed in on Google how to send video, and it said upload to YouTube. Video sharing platform. So I was like, alright, so what I do is I upload it, I send her the link rather than the video. Makes sense. Total sense. Cool.
There's kids listen to this going, what?
What is this? What is this? Yeah, no, but back then, kids, we didn't have that sort of this technology. This was
back then we found our porn in bushes. They weren't just freely available to us. You don't know.
There were magazines that thick with phone numbers. Phone numbers.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, back then, so you uploaded.
So I upload this video of me, not of my mum, no, of me, me doing this Frank Sinatra song, "Fly Me to the Moon."
Yeah,
it was a great one. Yeah, and she viewed it and she went, "Oh, well done, Matt."
You've done a good job.
Did it? Yeah. So I thought, oh, that's good. Now to video edit now. One day that might come in useful.
Yeah.
And then.
So you just self-taught yourself, or you were already working in video?
No, I self-taught. So this was way before anything. This was me at a stage in my life where I didn't know what I was going to do with myself.
Wow.
And I was sort of chucked out of college, didn't get any grades at school. I had nothing. I was like, oh, sob story. But working in retail basically. That's all I could do.
I love, because it's weird, right? Some people have just got that ability to teach themselves, to find out, that just inquisitive mind. And then there's a load of other people as well who it's almost like they're waiting for someone to come and find them and give them the skills, or they have to have some kind of course or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's a really weird thing, because you get people that, and we get people that are always saying, can we come and work at Ball Street? I want to do this stuff. I want to do that stuff. There's a kid actually that was I ended up having text with last week, and it's almost like, look, I want to come in there and do stuff and be on camera with you guys, and I'm like, great. That's amazing, but you just start it. Get some leverage, and then that gives you something, to come and do.
So you actually engage with people that email you?
I do, yeah.
I thought we just
and you take
delete.
The
Don't we just delete the emails?
I'm just
I sometimes print their CV off and then burn it.
So it makes you feel like you're doing something good, and then the real flag comes through.
I don't. Anyone who emails me will get a response.
Out of office.
But
you've got it, because a lot of people maybe don't have that someone that's telling them and helping them. So I'm just saying, look, if you're passionate about this subject matter, start doing it, build up some leverage, some experience, and then you'll go in. But a lot of people still think that they need to have, they're waiting for, or they're waiting for an organisation to give them some kind of intern or lower level position where they're going to learn the ropes, and it's just like anybody that's hiring now, they want people that are doing that shit off their own back, people that have got the ability to go, I want to be that. I'm not waiting for someone to give me permission to be it. I'm going to be it myself, and that will actually give me the leverage to then get what I want in life.
That's exactly it. That's what's so great about the industry that we all work in, is that you came out of college, nothing.
School, nothing.
I came out of college and school, very little. At university, I left after 2.5 years. Still
after 2.5
that's quite
years.
A long time, isn't it?
That's like right at the end.
I did the parties. I went to the
clubs.
I'd just written all the answers to my final exam. I was just going to hand it in, and I just thought, you know what? Actually, I'm going to quit.
It wasn't that. I did 2.5 years, and then they said you got to write a dissertation now, and I said, how long is that? And they said about 12,000 words, and I was like, nah. Nah, I'm going.
I'm
See you
going
later.
strip club. Yeah.
Strip club.
Strip alone.
Where I went to university, there were no strip clubs. It's just part of the reason.
Like he's got out.
Part of the reason why you left.
No, the real reason why I left is a very sad story, so I won't tell you.
No, don't.
No, I'm not going to bring it down. But the point is, I came up with nothing, absolutely nothing, and a lot of debt, and I came up with an idea about doing this podcast, which has led me here eventually.
Brilliant.
But it's the same thing with you.
It's
You had an
going out and
idea.
doing it,
You had an
yeah.
idea and done it.
Well, to be fair, me sitting in a suit and being Frank Sinatra was not the idea. That was just a mistake because.
Yeah. What happened there, though?
So.
Can we see that video?
It's gone. It's long gone. No, it's hell of a long gone. So this was my old channel that I had.
Smiv doing.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
Fly me to the moon.
Yeah, you can find it where you want. Basically, I had a few weeks later, I forgot about that, and until I checked my email, I don't know what I was signing up for. You know when you sign up to something, it's like we're going to confirm with you.
Yeah.
So I've gone in to confirm this thing or whatever it was, and it's like YouTube, like literally 1,000 emails from YouTube saying someone's commented on your video and someone subscribed to your video. I was like, what the hell is this? So I logged into this YouTube thing that I'd set up a couple of weeks ago. 50,000 views of me.
Have you heard Frank Sinatra?
We're over the moon if we get 50,000 views now.
Is that right?
Honestly.
That's amazing.
So I'm like, okay,
Fly me to the moon.
this is weird. Yeah. So I've looked at these comments. Do more. I'm like, okay. So I did another one.
What did you do? New York.
No, Mac the Knife.
Mac the Knife.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the lyric.
So I did that one.
So can you hold a tune?
And then, what?
Can you hold a tune?
No, it was miming.
Right. Damn.
It was miming. So I've done that again. And I was like...
Anyway?
I was like,
Can you mime it for us now?
No. So I was like, Mum. Check this one out. Yeah, it's really good, mate. Then the rest of them come in. I know the other mums come along, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's really good, do another one. I was like, right, no more.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be doing this. So I started to explore this YouTube thing, and there were people on there saying, oh, today's been really good. Like doing daily vlogging. Back then, it was a thing.
Yeah.
But they used to be like really like a diary. It was like kind of Star Trek, like Thursday, 7th of June. Yeah. And then they would talk about their day, and I was like, this is really strange. Really strange. But then there were some funny people on there, like just screaming and shouting at the camera, talking about how crap their day was. And I was like, I could do that. Yeah. My days are crap. Yeah. I was having a crap time, and I thought, right, no more,
gimmicks.
Yeah, no more Frank. Put them on private. Retain the views.
Yeah.
And start uploading about my day. So I started doing all these sort of like standing in front of a camera with a white wall and saying, today's been crap. Da, 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 and just talking and making the subject whatever it was. And I'd do one video a week.
Right.
50,000 subscribers within a year.
Shit.
And I was the third. Right, back to the comedian thing. Sorry, when you set up a YouTube account, you was either a director, an artist, or a comedian. Now I was neither an artist or a director, so I thought, I'll be a comedian then. And that kind of made me try to be funny.
Right.
I wasn't necessarily always funny. It would go over a lot of people's heads because a lot of the audience were Americans. Sorry, Americans, but you just don't understand the British humour. No. And a lot of the time it was, I don't get it. What's this guy doing? Is this guy on crack? Like all this sort of stuff. So I was like, right, screw you lot. Like I'm here for the British, and that was that. And also back then, what you would do
Brexit.
I'm
here for the British.
Yeah, that's it. But you would also get these little rosettes on your channel. So it'd be like top viewed video this week.
I remember.
Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Oh, you do remember?
I do. Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah.
I remember YouTube then.
Yeah. So that's what it was. So I was a comedian that was most viewed video this week for comedians, and then that was in UK. But sometimes you'd get worldwide. You'd get like the top 20 video worldwide rosette.
That's amazing.
But then the one that always stuck there was most subscribed of all time comedian, and I was like number 3. I went from number 4 to number 3, and then I was like, wow. And then I got a gig with Volvo. Volvo got on the phone to me and they were like, oh, we really like what you do. Do you want to come down and present the Snowbombing Festival? And I was like, don't know what it is, but I'll look it up. Looked it up, looked great, went there, presented. Then Nike got in touch. Did a Nike 5 tournament. They did a 5-side tournament. Aaron Lennon was going to be there. Robbie Keane was going to be there. Love Robbie Keane.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is going to be amazing. They didn't turn up. Theo Walcott turned up. Gutted.
Not as good because obviously you're
a Spurs fan, yeah. But interviewed him. That got a load of views as well, and suddenly I'm going to be a presenter. I'm like, yeah. So my YouTube from nothing has become like this leverage to become this amazing presenter, and one day I'm going to be like Ant and Dec, or Ant, because I haven't got a deck. But you know what I mean? Like I thought I could become a presenter, so I was going down that route for a while, but that never sort of blossomed. Suddenly my YouTube channel goes, someone hacks into it.
Whoa! So someone
hold the phone, Tracy. Yeah.
Someone's
logged into my YouTube channel, hacking That's what it's called.
And I'm guessing they probably just went through New York, man. They just put in a load of Sinatra tunes, cracked the code.
Let me in.
That was it.
1, 2, 3 was my password.
Damn, they're good.
Yeah, and back then this is before YouTube was partnered with Google, so there was no backups, there was no partnership. You couldn't earn money from your videos. So I'm just thinking about the views that I used to get back then and the engagement and stuff. And then I think I compare that to someone now.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, whoa, could have been a millionaire, but I'm not. I'm back here.
Could have been kicking footballs at your Lamborghini.
Could have been like the F2, but not the F2.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of level. If I'd have just focused on football and done it back then, but I didn't, and I lost my channel. Someone hacked in. Back then, you could unsubscribe people from your channel, so I could go into Smiv's channel and go, right, unsubscribe you, and they've basically gone through like 50,000 people and unsubscribed, deleted my videos. The channel's still there, bare bones, but nothing. No one was there. Yeah,
Oh, man,
it was like a kick in the bollocks. I was just like, oh.
yes,
That's not.
there's nothing you can do.
There's nothing. It's gone. I contacted YouTube. It's like, unfortunately, like, did you back up your videos? It's like, yeah, I backed them up. I've got them here. All the views are gone.
Yeah.
So I've got nothing. I've got no subscribers to actually go and view the bloody things. Over time, people would type in my name, and I suddenly got like 7,000 subscribers again. Where people have been like, "Where's this guy?"
Yeah.
But by then, I just lost the heart for it. And
So how do you cope with that then? Because after you've kind of been building something up and
so from
it must be quite a demoralising.
Oh yeah, it was a right kick in the bollocks. But after that, I thought, okay, that happened for a reason. I'm sure it did. Some like you know when someone says it happened for a reason, I can't see how. But from that, I thought, okay, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and get a part-time job. Ended up working at Apple, where I met my missus, so that was great. Now I'm married, thank God. And then so it's all good. And from that, I saved up that money, got a camera, and I thought, right, I know how to edit a video. I'm going to learn how to shoot it, and then I'm going to become a video producer. Don't worry about YouTube. You know, that was just a thing, but it taught me how to edit, and it taught me a thing.
Yeah.
A bit like yourself, when you do your podcast and stuff like that, it's now got you into something else. So I've just actively learned something. Yeah. Whereas all these other people go to university to study media, and they come out with no experience whatsoever. Yeah. Whereas I've gone out and I've got all this portfolio of stuff. Yeah. I did that myself, and I just learned it. Yeah. And I was really proud of that as well, considering, you know, similar to yourself, you come out of like no grades, no nothing, but you've actually got substance and something that you can show someone. So I was like, yes. Yeah. Got a website, got a portfolio, started getting work in, doing weddings every week. I was doing music videos. It was so varied, and I was really enjoying life. It was great. And then I got bored really quickly. And I was like, I miss this YouTube thing, being fun and having a laugh. Yeah. So I got back into it in 2000.
What was it you missed? Is it the and you don't come across as a shallow guy, but is it almost the validation of an audience and the fact that people are enjoying and
I guess so.
In that way, and that it's and then it's your own vision? Because obviously, it's at a wedding, you're trying to create, or a music video, you're working with certain fixed things, aren't you? But if it's yourself,
when I was doing like event videos for, you know, company, like various companies, and it'd be really boring stuff. You'd go to seminars and you'd sit there and film it, and you'd edit it down and give it to them. There was no feedback. There was no it'd be like, cheers mate, here's my invoice. Yeah. Money comes through in the bank. But it just wasn't like, the closest I got to that was music videos, because they would have an audience. So I'd make the video, and then they would put their music video on the YouTube, and then their fans would be like, it's a sick video, it's sick.
Was it mainly urbanised?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So they were easiest to access. Yeah. So loads of them in Grays, loads of them. But so like there was almost like that
underground car parks.
Exactly, I can show you one if you want. Yeah, but
I used to do the exact same thing, not shoot it, but work with a lot of kids like that. Yeah, in my job. So loved an underground car park.
Alleyways, brick wall, like this is cool.
They'll love this.
Bit graffiti. Yeah. So, and that was instant feedback, and that's what I missed. It was like, it's brilliant. However they said it, they enjoyed it, and I kind of like, even though it wasn't me that was on the camera doing the thing, I built that and I made that, and it was like, nice. So I kind of missed all of that, really did. And when the missus got ill, I had to give up a lot of the work and sort of stay at home and look after her. And I thought, well, like, she's in bed, she's sleeping, what do I do? I started making videos on YouTube, didn't I? Yeah. So, but I thought what I would do this time, rather than doing comedy sketches and things that were like, okay, what do I talk about today? I don't know. Let's force something out. Let's just do football. I love football. It's going to be so easy to produce. So I did that. And then I thought, well, for the channel, what am I going to do? Right, there's kids chucking their chairs around and screaming every time they pack Neymar. Maybe I could do that. Not in that style, but I'll do some FIFA videos. That'd be good. What else do I do football based? I do a bit of betting every Sunday, Saturday. At the weekend, I'll put a couple of quid on a bet. Let's share that. And I might be frowned upon, but I'm being sensible, and I'll be like, right, these are my bets for this week. You following along? No, what you got? What you doing? Let me know how you get on. You won $1,000 this week? Great, congratulations. Betting videos. Call it Place Your Bets. Nice. Little ring to it. So I got FIFA and Place Your Bets, and I was like, what else football-wise do I do? I was like, I could do football stickers, but they're not out till December, so I'll wait for that. Missed it, by the way. Forgot about that. But I started doing this thing called Sunday League Football. I've run a Sunday League Football team. Why don't I do that? No one does that, apart from one team, but they weren't doing it consistently. So I thought, as I've got the time, I know how to edit, I can commentate over it, I can make it a really cool thing. I don't care about the views. I just want, want a bit of feedback and want people to enjoy it, really. And then here we are. Sunday League Football out of the strands, I still do those other strands, but it's Sunday League Football that has completely played the channel because everyone loves it. It's the niche thing on there that's made it grow to what it is.
So they've got you Palmers FC, obviously Bull Street FC is now a thing. You've got hashtag Creators FC will soon be a thing as well.
There's quite a few, isn't there, that's doing this thing now. That's started to kind of create.
A lot of entities are sort of bringing together. The problem, and no disrespect to you guys, it's not consistent, and I think that's what it's missing. If there's consistency there, you guys can really do, or anyone can do it. Hashtag are doing it now because they're uploading regular. They've created their league, and they're organising their own fixtures. So to a certain degree, it's not as consistent as what ours is because we are every single week, but they are sort of every couple of weeks and they're uploading. So that's the next most consistent sort of football series on like amateur football. But I feel really bad for the TFRs and the Ball Streets and the other ones out there that they can't consistently do that. And who do they play as well? Do you want to do a hashtag and start playing Google and Man City and stuff like that? No, you want to play each other. So I think that's the next big thing for you guys, and everybody on YouTube coming together as some sort of collaboration where viewers who love you, love me, love them, can all come together and support a team.
Would you be in that, or are you too good, and you've got your own thing,
What's that, sorry?
Would you be in this league, this collab thing? Or?
Well, this is the thing, because a lot of people, you've got Andy, AJ3, he's got his new team, Creators FC, and we've spoke, but he said, well, there's no point in playing you because you'll just beat us. And it's like, well, yeah, we will. So where's the fun in that? We played Soccer AM last year. Oh, Soccer AM. They were going to get out Jamie Redknapp, Jamie Carragher. Turns out they didn't. Of course. And we beat them 10-1. And it was like, that's a bit... And we all love winning, but we don't want to waste people's time. And I'm not saying that we're amazingly good. We're just a Sunday League football. We play together.
Well, you've got that body of work, haven't you? Exactly, so you're tight. You know what you're doing. You're organised. I remember when we played our first game against hashtag. Actually, we matched them in terms of determination. We even in one of the games we were 3-2 up, and we'd because we have a few decent players, and to be honest, I think our intensity was actually probably even more so than theirs, because we there was a lot of pride in our team, but ultimately where it unravelled was from crosses, and that's just because there's a rhythm and a habit to playing football. About if you haven't played for a while and you're not playing regularly, people just kind of, and you're swapping in people off the bench every 5 minutes. Crosses coming in, corners and stuff like that. It takes a while to get strong and disciplined in that regard, doesn't it?
And that's where training comes in, and regular things, and you start
drilling it week after week and after
week.
We
know on a set piece, it's two smallest men get on the post, tallest ones. Even if you're a striker, you get back and help out, and there's someone on the edge of the box picking it up. It's as simple as that. It's the same drill. We don't even train. We haven't had a training session ever, but we know before a game who does what. And just by playing every week, people get to know that. So
I think Spencer's team hashtag, I think they played together as kids as well, so they've got.
It's a similar sort of thing. They've not gone down the Sunday League route. They've gone down the more they're controlling what league they go in, which is a cool thing. I would hope one day, and I was speaking to Seb the other day, Spencer's brother.
Good lad.
I said to him, when are we going to actually see you in a Sunday League? Because that's what people want to see, people playing real teams, and he said maybe one day. Maybe one day, maybe not. Who knows? But
if I was them, I'd be a little bit nervous about entering a Sunday League team. YouTubers aren't always looked upon in the best light, certainly by people that play Sunday League football. I would imagine. So you can imagine some nasty people looking to make a name or to be nasty. Just because these people camera, on YouTube.
White Tie Mike.
That's him. Is that? But can we talk a bit about your upcoming game?
The upcoming game.
There was a bit of hate, wasn't there, at some point? I could feel that there was tension. Not that I'm tuned in to everyone's social feeds, but I remember there being this Palmers, and you've got to play Palmers. You'll never beat Palmers, and then
it's like Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah,
it's a very similar thing.
Yeah,
they're Biggie, we're Tupac.
Both of them die in the end.
Tupac's still alive.
Is he?
You not seen that?
It's a
thing.
Definitely a hologram.
Yeah.
Let's change the analogy. Let's do it somewhere that everyone comes out happy.
Okay.
Can't think of anything.
No, all
right.
That's definitely not in your mind.
So there was some beef, as everyone likes to put it. Basically, I'm sure Spencer won't mind me telling you exactly what happened, but essentially back in February, Seb contacted me and said, "Love what you're doing. We love everything you do. Don't know if you've seen, but we've got #United. We want to play you at some point."
Yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah. I said, look, we're in our season at the moment. Let's do it during the summer. And he was like, brilliant. Get back to you then. And we'd set a date for sort of in June. And then a couple of weeks before, it's like, oh, sorry, mate, we can't do it. We're going up to Manchester to film something. I was like, cool, okay. Well, thanks for letting me know. And then we was going to do it in August. So we were building up to August. But they never once sort of announced it. And that's what made us think, oh, maybe it's going to get changed again. And it did. So that's twice we've kind of put ourselves out there to say, right, we're going to do it. And then it's not going to happen again. And then it was the third time that was the kind of the killer. And I think it's just how it come out. And like I say, Spence won't mind me for saying this because it was just a miscommunication in the end. But what happened was they brought out a video saying that we're up to Division 3, I think it was, and we are now challenging Sunday League teams. And everyone's like, oh, play Palmers. Palmers are a Sunday League team, play them. And then the Wembley Cup came round, and a date that we would set to play, the Wembley Cup fell a couple of days after. And because Spencer couldn't risk getting injured in that game that we played, because there's a possibility that it might happen.
Of course, yeah.
Then he won't be able to play in the Wembley Cup, which is a big, much bigger than what Palmers and # is. So I fully respect that. At the time, he didn't tell us that. Yeah. And all we saw was, sorry, can't do it. And then a video coming out saying we're going to now challenge Sunday League team. So it was a crossover that we saw as a... And maybe
and I guess though as well the thing there is that also influences it is the way that your supporters and people react online, which then makes it feel more sinister or makes the communication or the crime or that's the kind of thing that I think makes things confusing nowadays sometimes.
I mean, what with that time, I mean, pre-season is a really important time for us because we haven't played all summer, so we're so keen to book dates and book games in, and we booked games, and then one of the dates was a # game for pre-season. So we were like, right, we've got a fully packed pre-season now. It's all done, ready to go, and I can chill. And then suddenly they can't do it. So I was like, oh god, we've got a gap. Now we need to find a game. It's really hard to get last minute.
And organising these things is a bitch.
It's a bit crap. Finding a pitch, finding a ref like on a Saturday night to do that. So I basically. Maybe I shouldn't have done it, maybe I did. Maybe it was a good thing for it, really, because it hyped it up and now people really want to see this game because of it. But at the end of the day, we all get on. It's not a problem. There's no problem between us. I've seen Met Spence and it's absolutely fine. We all get it and it's absolutely fine. But I put out a tweet to # saying, hey, #, should we tell them that you've backed out 3 times? Or do you want to? And then I put # whoops, because I'd obviously spilled. And then they were like, oh, hey Palmers FC, are you looking for some more retweets? That's a little dig at us because every time a video goes up, we put the thumbnail and says, all right, do you want this? 100 retweets. It just buzzes it. It gets people sort of in the mood for it. And we can see that people really wanted. So I think that was a little dig at us. And then it went back and forth. Then not only the 2 accounts were back and forth for each other, the players started going at each other. So their players, our players. Then fans started getting involved. And it was just like, oh my God.
So they could, in theory, at this game, there could be like a #firm. And
you say that there was a comment. There was an actual comment saying, "Oh, geezer, we're coming down. Do you want us to do the old #firm? You're going to have it." Like literally, we were like, he was only joking, but but it's not, guys. It's just 2 teams that play on YouTube that happen to be from a similar area. We're all both from Essex as well.
And this is what's great about it is that it's football. Again, it comes back to football. You remove all of YouTube and everything about it. It's 2 teams. There's a lot of build up around this. Both of you guys, Palmers especially, I think the pressure's on you to some degree.
No. That pressure's fully 100% on us.
Yeah.
There's no pressure for # in this because they're just a team that's brought together. We've got a catalogue of videos that go back a good few years. We've been successful during that time as well. So for Spencer and #United, as everyone likes to put it, coming along and beating us, that's massive for them because we're a good team. But this is what I like to say. We're just a Sunday League football team. We're not professionals. We're not amazingly good. The players that we've got individually, they're really good. We gel sometimes. We pull out some Brazilian moments and score some right crackers. but that's because we play and we upload so many weeks worth. But not every week it happens. But we win a lot of our games, and we're lucky to be a team that wins most weeks.
Can people still get to this game?
I believe so. Yeah, basically there's a limited amount of tickets, so it's hashtag.com.
And when is it?
#united.com. Sorry. This Sunday, so it's Sunday the 4th of December. You can buy your tickets, £5 each.
Where's it at? Are you telling me and Flav? Because if obviously we'd get free tickets, like because we're like dead good.
Well, it goes to charity, so we should probably.
You should probably.
I don't believe in charity.
Nor do I actually. No, and we ain't paying.
All right. Well, I think maybe there's a viewpoint that you could maybe not have to get into.
Will it be online? Will it be online?
It will be eventually.
Yeah,
I can't give an exact date. I don't know the exact date at the moment.
No.
But
where is this place, Smith?
So this is at New River Sports and Fitness.
Oh, it's where we played them, yeah.
Oh, so yeah. So hashtag's home ground, as they like to put it.
Yeah.
That's where it's going to be. So
amazing.
there's a stand, and there's going to be a packed out stand of loads of people.
Amazing.
In blue and yellow shirts.
Yeah.
Probably assuming.
Yeah. You can get. I noticed on your store, you got a store online, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we started selling them last year.
Nice little website that is. I looked at it and I thought.
That was Dan. Shout out to Dan.
Shout out to
Dan's one of our players. Yeah.
Yeah, Dan. Well done, because a nice little website. Looks really good. I love the photography. It's the kind of a nice balance between taking the piss and professionalism, which is always a good mixture.
It's the line you like to tread, isn't it?
Yeah,
basically.
Professional in my unprofessionalism.
Yeah. We could ask you actually. Let's do a bit about our pod format and how we best do this, because you're obviously an expert. You've been in YouTube since day one.
Yeah. Frank Sinatra and all that.
I don't like being called experts or good at anything because it puts pressure on me.
I sense that.
You're all right at YouTube.
Yeah, you're right.
You're fairly good at Frank Sinatra impressions. I haven't seen it. I would love to see that. But what we did, is so this was a podcast, right?
This was audio podcast.
This was an audio podcast because Flav came over. Is it fair to say a big knob in the podcasting world?
Big knob.
Yeah, big knob.
Probably the biggest.
Biggest knob.
You've got the biggest knob in the podcast.
No, actually, I've got a mediocre knob, unfortunately. But no, big deal. A big deal in some fashion.
Yeah, and so when he was over here, for ages we were like, let's do a podcast, and we eventually started doing it, and it's been good. Like we've done some lovely pods, haven't we? We've had people like Ian Wright, people like Michael Dewberry, many others as well, but real honest chats with people that are significant in the world of sport and social media. We've done a lot with some of our fan channels from Arsenal Fan TV and Redmen and stuff like that, West Ham. So some lovely chats, and we were always conscious we wanted to video it, right? And the other week we were just like, fuck it, let's do it. So we sat here and we put on the video cameras and we did it. And but what we're uncertain about, and this is probably something that should happen off air, but the way we kind of live our lives is that, it's because we asked people last week whether we should just put up a 10-minute version of that hour and a half conversation. Obviously, the audio, the full thing goes up on iTunes or whatever. But we're conscious about what we do on YouTube, and so we probably made the mistake of asking last week because
they told us something we didn't want to hear.
Yeah, there's about 200 of comments all saying, put the whole thing up.
As in everything that we spoke about today.
Yeah, so the whole hour, say this is an hour and 20 minutes. Look at it this way,
it's less editing for Craigie over there.
Yeah.
So
look how happy he is about that. He's so work shy.
But someone who knows more than us said it's going to affect things like...
because although 200 people have gone, fucking hell, we love watching this whole thing, there's that's maybe 5%, 10% of the views, and overall of the views, probably only 20%. People watching 20% of the video, which then apparently, and I'm not the best guy at this, we do have people that are better at this, and what they've said is that if you're that retention low, then it won't show them your next video.
Basically, YouTube looks at it and goes, people are not liking your video, I'm going to punish everything else you do for a week.
Yeah,
that's true.
Which is stupid. So what we're thinking is, do we actually, for those that want to see the whole thing, because if people want to watch the whole thing, we'd rather give them that option. Yeah. Do we just set that up on another channel that we don't care about retention and just give people the view? Is that the way to do it?
Yeah.
What other options do we have?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to pretend that I haven't spoke to you about this before the podcast started.
Right. Okay.
Just ruin the magic, Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right, they don't.
Yeah, sorry. No, I agree. Yeah, no, I think that's a really good thing. Brand it up, call it Ball Street 2 or Ball Street Extra.
Yeah.
Ball Street.
And then there's going to be, I guess it's a place for you to sort of drive more traffic from videos where you think, I'd love to put that in, but it's not relevant.
Yeah.
But let's put a gag reel over on.
Yeah.
So you do this really good video, and then there's some of the stuff that we filmed this morning was absolute gold, but it might not go in.
Yeah.
Ball Street 2. Ball Street Extra.
Yeah.
Stick it all over there. Yeah.
Another thing as well we're thinking about doing is, which is for you people as well, is watch-alongs where we might have, which is not a new thing, but it'd be quite funny watching like Flav watching an Arsenal game, especially when it starts to get down. So rather than Flav watching Spurs because he's at the match, obviously,
of course,
rather than Robbie watching Arsenal because he's at the match, it'd be quite funny if Spurs are playing and to have then Robbie sitting watching that, or Flav and a few of the guys watching, their enemies playing. And that could be something that would go on that channel as well, because it's long, whereas people
definitely
maybe this would be our kind of Frank Sinatra miming moment where we don't realise what we're doing.
Suddenly, so you're concentrating fully on Ball Street. I'll just put it on Ball Street 2. That's fine.
And that blows up.
2 weeks later, you got like 500,000 subscribers on Ball Street 2.
Wow.
What do we, and then you start to force it. You don't want to do that. Just keep it natural. Keep it natural.
Do you think it's easy to? Do you think it's harder now to grow YouTube channels, like subscribers and stuff, because there's obviously a saturation of stars or big channels? Do you think it's harder now, or what are your thoughts on that?
It's always going to be hard. Always going to be hard. I remember, like when I first started, it took me like years to get to 1,000 subscribers. I remember 100 subscribers was a big deal, and it's just a snowball effect, really. Some people don't get that snowball effect, and they never actually, make it to be in one of these big super channels. But as long as they just keep consistent into what they are and they're enjoying themselves, then I don't really see the issue with it. And I think in time they will get found because they're just being as natural as they possibly can. There's channels out there that force it and try to pump money into it, and it's just not. It's just a bit. But it is tough. It is tough. Anyone that's wanting to get into YouTube, just do it, because as saturated as it is, you can still put your own spin on anything.
I think I would say that the possibly the worst position you could get into it is, I'm starting this because I want to make money out of it. You just got to be a passion or
love's got to come first.
Love,
and that's what I'm saying. Back where before Google and YouTube was a thing, and there was no such thing as a YouTube partnership or an MCN or all these things. There was no money in it, and everyone that was on that website was just making videos for fun. That's what I was doing, and it was just like. And when I came back to YouTube, I noticed such a big change. And it was like, it's not like it used to be. It's not like that anymore. You can't 5-star rate anything. You have to like or dislike. If something's a 3, do you like it or dislike it, or do you just not bother? Back then you had stars.
I'd probably like a 3.
You had 3.5. You had 3.5 and 4.5 stars.
Right.
Well, so that
and
rosettes.
You'd rate it was stars. You
like
said
them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can even do half stars as well. It's brilliant.
Yeah, that is
brilliant.
good.
Rating system, like it. But
why do you reckon they got rid of that?
I don't know.
Just simplify
binary
everything.
is easier.
Probably Facebook.
Like, dislike.
And it's people understood it. Like and dislike.
When did that change? Do you remember what year that changed?
I don't know. I literally went and then came back, and it was all different.
Right.
There used to be basically on the front page of YouTube. There used to be a featured page.
Yeah, I remember.
I got featured twice.
Right.
Brilliant. That's brilliant. And then you'd suddenly have all this audience, and everyone would be like loving you.
I love how this famous English comedian.
It's not not a stand-up comedian.
He is. I've seen it.
And then
Rose
Kevin Hart came along and destroyed it. Took your title as being the king of YouTube comedy.
Logged into your YouTube channel.
delete.
Exactly. Can't have this up. Start taking my crown.
Fuck that guy.
It's not fair.
So also we did that thing, pod questions.
New section pod questions.
# pod questions.
Send them in and we'll answer them.
So we got a few, didn't we?
Yeah. What's the first one, Matt?
I'm going to start with one here, guy.
Do the first one. Purple Monkey.
I recently decided to. This is from Purple Monkey.
Yeah.
Good name.
Yeah.
I recently decided to add your podcast on my list.
Good.
I've been loving it.
Good.
I have a question for Flav.
Oh no, has he?
Where do you get such great clothing?
That's a good question.
Is he taking the piss? I'm not sure.
I don't think he is. I think he's been completely. What? Craig's nodding away.
Craig, are you Purple Monkey?
There isn't another person on YouTube who gets ripped for the clothes that they wear more than me. I wore a jumper with an owl on it the other day, and that was like
I love that owl jumper. Lots of owls, right?
It's like I was responsible for some sort of horrendous tragedy, like I was Pol Pot or something. I'd done some horrendous genocide once.
Okay, where did you get the owl?
That was
clothing?
from.
Maybe that's what we can.
The owl jumper was from TK Maxx.
TK Maxx,
yeah,
really?
it was a Japanese design.
It's quite high street.
Yeah, this is a Uniqlo top. These are a pair of
Is it Egyptian
cotton?
cotton? Yeah,
Cotton.
I think it is. Yeah.
I've noticed that you've not got your button done up today. Is that
Because I'm really hungover. It's uncomfortable.
Restrictive.
Yeah, I need some air when I'm hungover.
Okay.
Still,
where did you
still
get
in the
your
game.
trousers from? Are they Uniqlo as
My
well?
brother gave me these, but they're Levi. Do you know what? I haven't bought a single item of clothing probably in about 5 years.
Really?
I've got 2 older brothers who are rich and throw away their clothes before they should, and so I just take all their clothes.
I love that. Great answer.
Yeah, mate.
Next question.
Yeah.
Does that leave you more money for strip clubs?
Yes. Well, yeah, technically.
The money you don't spend on clothes.
Yeah, I spend on.
Do you borrow their suits to go to the strip club?
Yeah.
And poppers.
Jesus. Okay, so we got one here. Kernowek Scouser.
Sounds like one of your betting and Grand National games.
Kernowek Scouser. Hashtag pod question.
Yeah.
And he says, when I was a lad, you had to be hard to have tattoos. When did that change and why?
Is he suggesting that I'm not hard?
All right, James.
James,
you're
you're not in the
I know, just really quickly. Gareth Southgate's got the job. I thought it was worth you maybe talking about.
Gareth Southgate.
Is that worth talking about?
Yeah.
Leave that to us.
Do you have something to say? If you want, you can come and be on it for a minute. I know you always really want to.
No, I'd love to, but I want to do it right, and this doesn't feel like that moment.
Oh, just.
But I'm not in shot, am I? No,
Southgate,
pass
yeah.
that on to you. Yeah, exciting news. Try not to cry. There you go.
I don't care.
Well, I really don't care about international football.
No, I don't.
I'm a bandwagon fan until the Euros and World Cup.
Yeah,
And
but
then
The rest of the time, screw it.
Gareth. We'll come back to Gareth Southgate in a minute. But thank you, James.
So when did it change to?
When did you originally? If you had tattoos, I guess said I'm hard.
Well,
back in the
I
day.
think this is
And
another
now,
dig at me.
And now they're commonplace.
Yeah, look, I think he's suggesting that I'm not hard. This is my issue with this.
Oh, so this is someone else that's having a go at you. Why are you having a go at?
Yeah,
Did you wear a t-shirt one week?
yeah, occasionally. I mean, I don't see them anymore.
Show
It's
us
just
your
a part of them.
tattoos.
No, I don't want to get my tattoos out.
All right, well, don't say no and then get them out, because then we don't.
we found that.
Yeah, don't.
No, they're shit, and you know, I was young.
So I don't know what was
too
it.
much money.
So do we answer the question?
Well, my answer is that if he wants to find out how hard I am, maybe we should meet.
Great answer. All right, Spencer Gregory, who's a gooner, judging by the Arsenal canon thing. Hashtag pod questions. Should BT bring back Andy Gray and Richard Keys to our screens?
Ooh, this is a good question. You in some fashion worked with. Did you actually? Were they still at Sky?
So
when you was at TalkSport.
Yeah, so when I was at TalkSport, it had happened. The whole thing with them saying
misogyny,
making lewd comments about
where to put the mic,
tits and things like that, and all that.
This was on Sky, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it wasn't like on Sky, it was kind of off camera, and then they got outed. And to be honest, I would expect that was probably an inside job in order to stitch him up and be able to get rid of him, kind of. Really?
Yeah, that's that. So they just left the mics on. It's not hard, is it?
No. Well, there's probably a lot of moments like that kind of
don't get
go on. So,
would you want to?
And I was there when they came. So we took them and got them over pretty quickly, actually.
Yeah.
Our Uncle Moz D, who was at 5 Live and then was the program director for TalkSport. We brought him in, and I was actually Twitter. This must have been 2000 and probably 2011. I'm guessing, because I left TalkSport in 2011, and it was not. I remember it was quite close to when I was like leaving, and I remember that I arranged this how we unveiled that on Twitter in order to help to get it trending and stuff like that, because I got Twitter and not many people did, and it was it's quite a big deal, and it got a lot of attention, and it worked for TalkSport. Now they then did a show for a while, and now they don't do stuff on TalkSport anymore. I don't think
they work for,
but they do like beIN Sports. So
beIN Sports and Al Jazeera.
So you see them when you're in Dubai and places like that. You see them doing the TV out there. Do I think BT Sport should have them? No, absolutely not.
I think it's just time's moved on.
They're done and they're gone, and I think that BT Sport they spend a hell of a lot of money.
On adverts,
on rights. They spend a lot of money on marketing, but they spend a lot of money on talent.
Michael Owen.
They have. I mean, I've been to with Righty to
watched them doing the Community Shield and been in there and in the Winnebago in Wembley Stadium and then watched the match with them and been pitch side with Hoddle, Rio, him, Michael Owen. They ultimately have about 10 different pieces of talent around each match, and I'm not sure the viewing figures are that strong. No. I think that they're getting. So how many people do you think watched a big game on BT, like a big match?
Impossible to
Million?
say. I wouldn't know.
It's probably, I think 500,000 is a good number for them. Yeah. Sky, a big
so
match.
If we was to say like a Tottenham Arsenal.
Man U, Liverpool, Tottenham Arsenal, one of probably the category A's. Yeah, they'd get about 500,000 on BT. Sky would probably get about 1.5 or something crap. But you could reach bigger numbers than that for bigger numbers that watch Palmer's games, which is madness. So the whole world's kind of shifting around a little bit. But same guy then asked, what do you think of BT Sport having the fan channels on Premier League tonight? And I think that this is something. So what's happened of late? Obviously, big rise in fan media. You know, we're a big part of that. And for quite a few years, I think fan channels haven't been respected. We spoke about this quite a thing on pod a lot. But I think that there's now traditional media are starting to see what's happening in this space, and they then go, right, awesome, let's get a fan on our platform, on our thing, and they expect that to be good. But the likes of Robbie, the likes of Paul, the likes of Nicky, and I've spent hours in front of cameras, editing videos and sort of honing that craft. So you can't just put any old fan on TV and expect it to work. But equally, because obviously the hashtag Wembley Cup game that you were talking about earlier, that I don't know what the viewers was on that, but I know it was about 200,000 concurrent at least throughout the whole thing, which shows fucking huge numbers, and they sold about 25,000 tickets for it. So it shows you now that the attention of a very young audience, but it shows you the attention now that people like yourself, people like Spencer, you know, people like KSI and Sidemen and that are able to generate, which is fantastic. But if you then the mistake again that people make is that they think you pluck someone out of that YouTube, put them on TV, and a lot of people that are watching TV, because it's a different audience a lot of the time, they don't get it, they don't give a fuck. No. And as well, if you'd taken that game, the reason why that game did so is because it's native to YouTube, where there's engaged audiences that can be harnessed and are looking out for it and have been waiting for it. But if you'd have put that game, and because that game got more views than when BT Sport made the Champions League final available on YouTube. So more people watched the hashtag, the Wembley Cup, than watched the Champions League final on YouTube, right?
Crazy.
However, if you were to put the hashtag, the Wembley Cup, just on TV, I don't think it'd have got as many views as it got on YouTube.
No, it's the right platform.
So it's kind of, there's this traditional, this new media world, and it's obviously changing, and we're in the midst of a huge transformation,
of course,
which is very exciting. But
can I tell you something, Matt?
Go on.
First they ignore you.
Me.
Then they laugh at you.
Then
they fight you. Then you win. Just leave you with that.
Thanks, Flav.
Gandhi said that.
I know. That's what we have to deal with. So, any more pod questions? Let us.
I want
them there.
I want better ones. Otherwise, won't do it. Do send better questions. I say.
We want better questions.
These come from YouTube, then.
I like them questions. What's wrong with them questions?
Well, two attacked me.
They didn't attack you, did they?
They were. It was
maybe ask the questions at the start.
Okay.
So say, how's it go? Hey guys, welcome to the Ball Street Podcast. Flav, Matt here today. Don't forget, if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below and we'll address them next week. But right, let's crack on with today. And then they've already got this whole, like, they're watching it, and then they're putting the question in, and then like, right, boom, there's my question. Right, let's watch the rest of this. And I'm going to tune in next week to see if
right, shit.
Because you're speaking about, like, they might have switched off at bloody me talking about Mac the Knife.
That's
you know what I mean?
right.
And they wouldn't see the...
Unless,
you know what I mean?
unless we don't put this whole thing up, and this is the bit that we put on YouTube, and the rest of it's on the Long Ball Street channel.
It's all like fun and games. Now, when you leave, he's going to whip me because I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Oh. He's going to lash out.
But we've got the wrong guy.
Do you want to say it?
No, it's too late.
No.
It's gone. It's done.
I think you can do this. Go on, go. Give it a go.
Really?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay, so can't. It's already done too
Oh
well.
dear. So, God, Gareth Southgate, New England manager, apparently.
don't care.
No, I know.
I don't care.
It's hard to care, isn't it?
It's
really bad. I feel bad. I should be really excited about England and football and stuff.
Yeah.
I really couldn't give a crap.
Don't care.
Really couldn't give a crap.
It's a Gareth Southgate though. This is the guy who I tell you a game that I did care about. It was England versus Germany in Euro '96.
Yeah.
Let us down.
And
I remember that.
I remember it getting to penalties.
Cried my eyes out.
Yeah, we all did. I think I was
Yeah.
maybe 20 or something, but it hurt. 10.
I was
10.
I was very upset, and I relived that
96,
Gaza moment
15,
over and over again.
Yeah. What the
Just
Scotland
slide
Oh
in.
goal.
my
Basically.
god.
It's golden goal.
We fucking
Just get your toe on it, and it's.
We
we're
so
through.
deserved that. We so
We
deserved
did,
that.
didn't we?
But that was the thing about English sport is when it comes to it, we haven't got that fucking killer instinct, the bollocks to just go, regardless of the occasion, regardless of all these things, I'm just going to do what I can do, which is to finish this thing.
Yeah.
And
That was the best
for
chance
me,
we had.
Gareth Southgate,
Yeah.
because that was the worst penalty, and he shouldn't have been going up and taking a penalty. And for me, I agree with forgive and forget. But
Not him.
But not him. Not that. He still should be walking around, going up to people in the street, just saying, "Are you an England fan? I'm sorry. That's what. Can I do anything for you today? Can I carry you shopping home?" Or
Yeah.
I remember they tried saying that
Give you some
it was
clothes.
the grey kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We couldn't
What
see
did
each
it?
other.
The grey kit.
that was
Yeah.
Fergie. He had a great
He
kit.
had a great kit against Southampton.
They
and
lost.
They came out, didn't they?
Yeah.
They came out at half time and changed the kit.
Yeah.
That's right.
Remember that?
Yeah,
And
we
then they
did.
never wore that kit again.
No.
Probably.
It's just completely uninspiring and completely.
But this is it. This is
does
it.
nothing.
But this is why, because I don't see that the FA actually are trying to address this situation. Like, I'm sorry, but we need to organise around English football and trying to create an outcome of a successful England team, and they don't. What they do is they create a very successful marketing machine. They create a premium rights model that allows us to sell England and Premier League and all that stuff abroad.
Yeah.
And we create an elite Premier League whereby the top few clubs are known around the world, and that helps perpetuate a requirement for an appetite for supply and demand for rights. That's what English football is great at doing. English football is not going, we need to have a great England football team, let's create a whole structure, let's create a whole fixture list, a calendar, a way of prioritising this, a way of bringing through youth that will actually create that outcome. And part of that is the manager. And all we do, I'm sorry, but Sam Allardyce, Hudson, Southgate, these are all people that are not actually going to be in there trying to challenge the status quo and trying to make it happen. These are people that are just going to be delighted to get the job. They're going to turn up for the press conference. They're going to do everything that we expect them to do, but no one's going to be pulling up any trees and creating change. And it needs change.
Robbie doesn't say much that makes sense, in my opinion. Stupid gooner. But he did say this on Social Club last week. He goes, "Would you want Gareth Southgate as your England manager? As your own club manager?" And everyone said, "No, of course not." But we're fine to let him manage our football, our country.
Well, I think
don't
there are
think
people
it's-
just apathetic when it comes to England, aren't they now?
Pretty much.
People have given up.
Yeah. Euro '96 was my peak. World Cup '98, my peak of England. We had something then.
Yeah.
We had a bit of fight, didn't we? And it just didn't.
We had Terry Venables.
Yeah. And Glenn Hoddle and that. And like people hate Glenn Hoddle, but I thought he did alright. I thought he did alright. I thought he was a good manager.
Was it Glenn Hoddle?
Glenn Hoddle did.
No, it was.
Oh, 98, wasn't it?
98
it was
was Glenn Hoddle.
Eltel was.
Eltel was,
Euro
yeah.
But he was
'96.
good. He did alright at England.
Hoddle was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
And
a,
he's a great. He's a
there's
good
a link
manager.
between those two guys.
He's intelligent.
Spurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How Huddersfield get on? They're terrible now, aren't they?
No, we're on telly on
You're a
Monday.
Huddersfield fan.
Yeah.
You were top of the championship for a while. You were doing so well.
Don't. This is
And
sore
I just
subject.
I jumped in. I started to get carried away, and actually, you know what? Actually,
can do this.
I think we can do this. Literally, the minute I sort of admitted that publicly and admitted that to myself.
Yeah.
Football
That's what happened
gods.
to me last season.
Yeah, the football gods. They're fucking waiting for idiots like us.
Was you one of them Spurs fans?
The whole season I was like, we can't
No.
do it, we can't do it, we can't
was
do
one
it.
of them.
And then I was like, hold on,
I didn't see.
maybe we can.
Football gods.
And then
Yeah. I just I'm like you. I wasn't it. But then there was one week, and I said, right, we got Arsenal, we got West Ham this week. We both of them, and I think we might win the league.
yeah,
We drew against Arsenal,
lost.
10 men, Harry Kane, 2-1 up. We're gonna
Yeah.
win. Of course we're gonna win. No, we didn't win. 2-2. Let it go. Bottled it apparently, and then didn't beat West Ham.
No.
And that was it for me. So
Yeah.
the whole Chelsea thing, how they like that was a really horrible night. a really horrible night. I felt like the world was against Spurs.
Yeah, of
the
course
whole
it was.
world, because that was the night. If we didn't win, we couldn't. It was
But
mathematically
what I
impossible.
like is the fact involved that night, the whole world was against Spurs. Everybody was against us. There wasn't a single human being on earth that didn't want us to lose that game, right? But we didn't just bend over and take it.
No, we
like
battled.
we if we were going down,
You
we're
got-
taking blood,
Yeah.
Chelsea blood with us.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
that was like, wasn't that the record for the amount of yellow cards in a game? And
yeah.
I remember that montage was put together, all the Spurs tackles and that. And
Yeah,
it did look bad.
It's quite a nice souvenir from that
Bad.
season, though, isn't it? Like,
Glorious.
that actually, we kicked the shit out of Chelsea.
everyone wants to kick the shit out of Chelsea.
That's
They're
what
a
I mean.
horrible football club, scumbags to a man.
They
Craig.
beat you the other day as well, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Should we finish the pod?
Yeah, on that note, let's forget about
Smith,
it.
thank you so much for coming
No,
down.
thanks for having
Do you know
me.
it's been fascinating talking about Palmers FC, and it's something I've been watching for a while. Before even joining Bull Street, actually, I saw it and I thought it was an interesting thing because as a kid I used to go and watch my brothers play Sunday League. Never played myself, but I was always fascinated by it, and I'm fascinated by football. And I think one of the things we didn't talk about with your game about hashtag is the interesting dynamic that this is a Sunday League team versus a different type of football team. They're coming from different areas, and those two cultures are coming together. So it's an interesting. I'm really interested to see what might happen.
Yeah.
So when I kind of sneak in for free, I'm going to look.
I'd like to.
watch that game.
I'd like to. I really should go. I'm moving house though. And I'm fucking. You know, my wife's pregnant. It's not my wife. I didn't say partner.
I'm going to see my girlfriend in Wiltshire, so I can't
cool.
come either.
Well, it'll be.
But good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah.
We're gonna. Yeah.
And may the best team win.
I say so. Yeah. Whoever wins will be the best.
Can I just ask you? Have you guys actually? In your heads, are you thinking you've won, or are you going? Are you able to sort of go, look, we've got to make sure that we do this, do that?
Yeah.
Because it's difficult if you're the overwhelming favourite and everyone's been declaring you the victor already. We kind of touched on it earlier, but it's easy to say. But you're actually going through this. It happens in real world when David meets Goliath. You guys are the polished team. How are you going to prepare yourself for that?
Well, I mean, they're the bigger team in views wise and subscribers and stuff.
Yeah.
But then we're the ability wise, it's deemed that we are the better. So it's kind of a David and Goliath on both scales in terms of us against a team that much more renowned than us. But then on their scale, it's kind of like, well, we're against a Sunday League team that done a double last year. They're going to be so much better than us.
Exactly.
So there's two sort of ways of looking at it really. But for us, when Seb first got in touch back in February, and I even said this to him, I laughed and I thought, can't wait to play these because all these people that view them, we're going to come along, Palmers FC, we're going to spank them 10-0, whatever it'll be. But do you know what I've done? I've watched every single one of their games, and they have got better and better. And better.
Of course.
And you might say
they've got some good players as well, really good players.
It's a simple thing. Most people are like, they've got the two men up top, and they've got the goalkeeper, and then the guy at the back.
Yeah, their goalkeeper's the most terrifying man on earth.
Yeah,
He looks like he's killed men.
Yeah, he probably has.
What about there's a guy? It might be Ricky Martin or something, but he's quite a big guy.
Rich Beck,
got skills.
Great feet.
Great football.
Great feet.
Blonde guy, is it?
Yeah,
bald head, isn't he?
No, he's not bald head. I forget his name. Quite a big lad though. Maybe he weighs number 14 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
He looks. Do you know what I mean, Craig?
Yeah, because we called him Ricky Martin. That's not his name.
Right, but we called him that because we did a silly
Martin,
commentary. So yeah, he was called R. Martin or something. But he's great feet, goes both ways. Big unit, bit of a Jan Molby, but on roller skates. Good player.
Yeah, no. I honestly, I can't call it now because
Seb's good as well.
Seb's very good, quick, nippy. Yeah, I mean, as they've gone on and they've played a few Sunday League teams, and I know of these Sunday League teams as well, and I know what they're about. And they played a team called MWA,
right?
Not that MWA.
Yeah,
it's a shame.
And they're a good team. They're a good team, and I know they're a good team. And
it's a shame.
It is a shame, yeah. And hashtag beat them.
Right.
They beat them. And they've played New Haven, which is Theo Baker and Joe Weller's team, who are essentially a semi-pro team.
Right.
Beat them.
Right.
So really, we can't really go in there and say, yeah, we're Palmers FC, we're going to win this thing, because that'd be stupid.
Yeah.
We've done it before. We struggle against easy teams in our league, and then for the big games, we get up for it, and we usually grind out the result.
Yeah.
So for this, I don't know. I need to tune into the players right here. Please just play your game. I know there's a crowd. Don't act up. Don't be dicks. Just go play football and win.
What, Craig?
Just wondering, make it more interesting, would you put all your subs on the line?
Oh,
Winner takes all of the subs.
the winner takes all the subs.
I don't understand. What is this?
What, like
So-
we accrue their substitutes?
You take their sub.
No,
All the
subscribers. He
Would you
means.
put all your
Oh,
That's lovely.
Oh, Craig.
So
Spencer.
So hang on. So Spencer's got like 1.7 million subscribers.
So you're getting good value as a better.
Oh, of course, yeah. I don't think he'd do that.
You're getting 8
I
to
don't
1. No, of course he wouldn't. But
Oh,
let's just
God.
play with it for a minute.
Subscribers on the line.
8 to 1 ratio value for
Nice,
you.
Craig.
Okay.
So you get all the subscribers. He hands over the YouTube channel, and you can just delete it all like
It was
like
probably
Kevin
Spencer,
Hart, like Kevin Hart did to you.
All those years ago. Yeah. Do you know what? No, I wouldn't do it. No. Because all of the nights, all of the dedication, all the nights that I've sat in and churned these videos out, I wouldn't change it. No. What's the point?
Yeah.
It's a silly question, Craig.
Yeah,
Silly
Craig.
question. What are you
My
wasting our
bad.
time for?
I know.
There's more to Oiland. Done this.
No, I mean,
Okay.
as similar as people say me and Spencer are, we've got totally different audience.
Yeah.
Totally different audience. Because he does a lot of the FIFA stuff. He's got quite a younger
Yeah.
audience.
What's
whereas,
your age of audience then? What's your?
in terms of demographics, because I've done a couple of branded deals recently.
Ah.
It's fine. You know, it happens. Got to
Yeah.
put food on the table, people.
Of course.
And they want to know these sort of stuff. So they want to know the sort of the 13 to 17 year olds, the 18 to 24s, and so on and so forth. The majority of my audience are between the ages of 18 and 35. I've got an older
Right.
audience,
I thought
which
they
is
would
quite
be.
a rare thing
Yeah.
to have.
We've got that on a lot of our channels actually.
Yeah.
But I think where we talk about maybe it's a more mature audience because we actually talk about football rather than playing the game and,
Yeah.
as I say, chucking our chairs because we didn't pack Neymar.
Yeah.
It's not, because we haven't actually got them.
Yeah,
if we
it's just-
started doing that, maybe we'll get some kids coming.
Yeah.
But is that what we want? Is
Yeah.
that who we are? Probably not. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Each to his own. Well, good luck. Good
Thank
luck
you
to
very much,
hashtag
no.
2. You know we like them guys. So
Much appreciated.
good mates of ours made the best team win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming along, Smiv.
Thank
We like Smiv a lot, don't we?
Massively.
Yeah.
I wanted to get you on the Fighting Cock podcast. Say yes.
The fighting what?
The Fighting Cock podcast. Say yes now. On camera. Say it. Please.
I will be joining Flav and
Tonight.
no, not tonight. I can't,
Okay.
can't do it tonight. I will join Flav on the Fighting Cock at some point.
At
We're
some
talking
point.
all about Spurs, which is what we love doing.
Absolutely. And actually, check out Smith's video of Spurs playing Arsenal last season.
Oh yeah, I went to that, didn't I?
Yeah, that's fantastic because it captures the moment where Harry Kane scores that goal, and it's superb.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah, I just didn't. I was on the floor like that. My arms were in the air, and I looked across my brother, who never smiles at anything, and that pure jubilation in his voice, just going.
He had his Batman mask on.
Yeah.
He took it off, ran to the crowd. It was a moment. Only for like 20 minutes later, it just.
It has less than that. It's like,
It's lovely.
anyway,
It was less than that. Actually.
Let's end this.
Yeah, let's end it now.
Sit it for our post.
See if I post.
See the what?
Okay.
Just
Don't listen to the podcast.
yeah, fine.
I
Never
started
listen.
listening.
Hit cut.